This is the story of The Undertaker, a name that will forever be remembered in WWE history. His real name is Mark Calloway, but to the world, he was the dead man. Every time he walked into the ring, the atmosphere changed. People felt the cold air, the silence, the fear. It wasn't just a wrestling match when he appeared, it was something bigger. When I became The Undertaker, I wasn't just stepping into a character. I was stepping into the unknown, into something dark, powerful, and unforgettable. The Undertaker arrived in WWE in 1990. From the start, he was different. He didn't need to shout or talk much. His slow walk, his black hat, his chilling stare, these were enough to make his opponents tremble. Fans knew that when the bell tolled, something extraordinary was about to happen. He brought a feeling of mystery and fear to the ring. Every time I walked to the ring, I felt the weight of the legacy I was building. I wasn't just wrestling. I was giving the fans something to believe in, something that would last forever. For years, The Undertaker did the impossible. He won match after match at WrestleMania, the biggest event in wrestling. He wasn't just winning, he was making history. 21 matches, 21 victories. Fans called it the streak, something that made him more than just a man. He became unstoppable, but in 2014, the unthinkable happened. He lost to Brock Lesnar, and the streak ended. The streak wasn't just about victory. It was about my connection with the fans, proving that I could still stand tall, no matter how tough things got. When I lost, it wasn't just the end of the streak. It was like a piece of me had been left behind in that ring. What fans didn't always see was the pain. Behind the scenes, The Undertaker was suffering. Years of wrestling, countless injuries, surgeries, and sleepless nights. But he kept coming back. He kept fighting, even when his body told him to stop. Why? Because he knew the fans needed him. They believed in him, and he didn't want to let them down. There were days I could barely stand, but when I heard the crowd, I knew I had to keep going. I had to push through the pain, not for myself, but for them. The Undertaker never gives up. After 30 years in WWE, it was finally time for The Undertaker to rest. His last match was at WrestleMania 36, a cinematic boneyard match against AJ Styles. It was a fitting end to his legendary career. And then, at Survivor Series 2020, he said his final farewell. The dead man's time had come. Retiring The Undertaker wasn't easy, but every legend has to rest. And now, after 3 decades, it's time for the dead man to rest in peace. The Undertaker's story isn't just about wrestling. It's about strength, loyalty, and leaving a legacy that will live forever. He gave everything he had to the fans, and in return, they made him a legend. Though he may no longer step into the ring, his name, his presence, and his story will never fade away. The dead man may rest, but his legacy will live forever in the hearts of all who watched him.